Om Shri Sai Ram. Humble pranams at the divine lotus feet of our beloved Bhagwan and loving Sai Rams to one and all. Welcome to yet another episode of Divine Messages to Mahilas and Bal Vikas Gurus. Continuing with the role of Bal Vikas Gurus in the Sri Sathya Sai Seva organizations, I am reminded of a question asked by Swami in his Divine Discourse. Swami asks, what is the purpose of life? Is it eating? Is it drinking? Is it sleeping? Or is it mere enjoyment? Khana, pina, sona, and finally marna. Is it our aim to die ultimately? Swami says the purpose of life is to know oneself. To achieve this goal, the creator of this universe has bestowed a precious boon upon humanity that has transformed millions of lives along its path. And that transformative tool is Bal Vikas. Bal Vikas aims to introduce oneself to one's own innate divinity. Today's education is completely external. Throughout the world, only the intellect is being trained. The result is that people are becoming like robots. They are becoming intelligent, no doubt, but they are being insensitive with self-interest and selfishness. Children are prone to depression due to lack of emotional and spiritual quotients. The result is that children grow to become great personalities, occupying top positions, respectable posts, yet they show disrespect to parents and elders at home. Swami says that the end of education is character. Of what use is education if it can't be of service to fellow men? Today, everyone wants to give the best to his or her child. But the question we have to ask ourselves is, what is best for our children? Even before the child learns to walk, parents start enrolling them in dance classes, music classes, karate classes, so that their kids become great and recognized everywhere. But the sad part is that nobody aspires to make them good instead of great. There's so much of competition in this world today to prove ourselves better than others. In the process, we end up proving others wrong. This is leading to character crisis. Character is something which is expressed during tough times. If you take a lemon and squeeze it, you will get a sour juice. You can't get a sweet juice from it, isn't it? What is inside comes out under pressure. So also, when we are under pressure, under crisis, what expresses determines our character, our personality. There was a Bal Vikas conference in Prashanti Nilayam in the year 1983, in the month of December. It was a 5-day conference. All the gurus and children had gathered there. Before the conference, the previous evening, there was a sudden storm in Puttaparthi. Due to the huge storm, the shamyana and the tents under which these children were staying, it gave up and collapsed on top of them. And the Sevadars came to rescue the children. They came rushing. But to their utter surprise, they found all the children safe and sound. None of the children were harmed. Not only that, they were also chanting Om Sai Ram, cheerful, and there was no panic. This attitude of faith, surrender, and cheerfulness is a gift of Bal Vikas. Swami told them, even before the conference is starting, you can see what Bal Vikas has done. These children are fearless. They are calm in the face of calamity. And the next day in the conference, Swami gives a divine discourse, and Swami asks, what are the four qualities one requires right from childhood to be successful later in life? And the first quality, Swami says, is Shanti. That is what these children exhibited. Shanti doesn't mean suffering in silence or being silent. Shanti means being equanimous in joy and sorrow. The other three qualities are Satya, Anasuya, and Nirahankara. Satya is unity of thought, word, and deed, which Swami himself demonstrated in a role play written by him, Cheppinattu Chestara. And Anasuya is being free of envy and jealousy. Nirahankara means giving Swami the credit to whatever we do. Swami says that if you have these four qualities, you'll be successful in life. So, Bal Vikas is the foundation of a successful life. All of us know the story of an illiterate boatman and a scholar who wanted to go to the other bank of Ganga river. He started chit-chatting with the boatman. He asked him if he read the newspaper that morning. The boatman replied that he couldn't read or write. The scholar told him that half of his life has drowned in the Ganga. Then the scholar asked him what time it was. The boatman replied that he didn't have a watch, he didn't know what time it was. So the scholar pitied upon him and said, poor fellow, 3/4 of your life is drowned in the Ganga. All of a sudden, there was a huge storm. The boat was about to sink, and the boatman asked the scholar if he knew how to swim. The scholar was horrified because he didn't know how to swim. And the boatman told him that his whole life would drown in the Ganga as the boat was about to sink. And the boatman dived into the river. He started swimming to safety towards the edge of the river while the scholar was drowned. Now let's replace the boatman with a Bal Vikas student, and the scholar would be a child unaware of Bal Vikas. The kid asks Bal Vikas student if he has watched a famous movie, and the Bal Vikas kid says that he hasn't watched it. So the other kid says, oh, half of your life is wasted. Do you go to abacus class, or you can replace with any other hobby class? The Bal Vikas kid replies in the negative. So the other kid says, 3/4 of your life is a waste. Then the Bal Vikas kid asks him, do you go to Bal Vikas? The other kid asks, what's that? To which our Bal Vikas kid says, if you don't know about Bal Vikas, then your whole life is wasted. It's drowned in the Ganga. The worldly achievements are for our livelihood, but Bal Vikas is for our life. It is a means to achieve the ultimate goal of life. Bal Vikas is like the art of swimming. This doesn't mean that Bal Vikas kids don't excel academically. In fact, I know many Bal Vikas children who have achieved excellence in all fields of life. They have zero stress levels during exams. Their efficiencies are increased 100-fold. Their memory power, concentration, multiplied in leaps and bounds. Without going for any tuitions, they could become toppers in their own chosen fields, devoid of any influence or peer pressure on them. In fact, Bal Vikas kids influence their peers and become role models in the eyes of their friends, in the eyes of their relatives, family members, and society itself. There is a visible transformation before and after joining the Bal Vikas classes. This is because Bal Vikas aims at a holistic personality development, physical, mental, emotional, intellectual, and spiritual blossoming. So Swami started Bal Vikas where an individual blossoms not only intellectually, physically, but also becomes mentally, emotionally, and spiritually strong. It is the blossoming of human excellence. Hence, it was renamed by Bhagwan as Bal Vikas. Vikas is blossoming. The 5 human values are inherent in everyone, but they have been dumped deep within. We need someone who can help the values to express and bring out the best in the child. This is the role of Bal Vikas gurus. But how are the gurus going to do all these things? You can't draw children to your side if you hold a stick in your hand. You'll have to hold some sweets instead. So the gurus have to be embodiments of love and patience, which is a natural tendency of Mahilas. The actual syllabus is not so important as the creation of an atmosphere where noble habits and ideals can grow and fructify. The children realize that their real friend is the master within. The Bal Vikas kids follow Bal Vikas discipline and curriculum only for one day in the week and attend their usual schools on the other days. So the impact of the Guru has got to be extra strong if the Guru has to act as a catalyst in the process of modification of the behavior of and the patterns of these kids' behavior. So this is where the teaching of 5 teaching techniques come in hand. The 5 teaching techniques were designed by Bhagwan himself when Swami told a few Mahilas to teach them bhajans, prayers and all. So the 5 teaching techniques are silent sitting, group singing, prayers, then storytelling and group activities. In fact, these 5 techniques are not only the foundation of Bal Vikas, but also the foundation of Sri Sathya Sai Seva organizations. Prayers, bhajans and silent sitting, these 3 form the spiritual wing. Storytelling is nothing but value-based education, which forms the education wing, while group activities help children develop caring and sharing, which finally evolve into service activities, which forms the basis of the service wing. These days, we find Bal Vikas alumni becoming the office bearers of the organizations, ready to carry forward Bhagwan's divine mission forward and transform the society and the world at large. Gurus play a major role in shaping the character of children through the 5 teaching techniques as ordained by Bhagwan. So let's take a closer look into each of these teaching techniques in molding the lives of not only children but also gurus. Thank you all. I offer these words at Bhagwan's divine lotus feet. Jai Sai Ram.